Hey guys, what is up? Big Red Reviews here, back again with another video. Guys, it is the end of 2025 already, and we've had some great cinema this year. And I just want to do my top 5 movies. Now, I do want to say this. There are some movies I haven't seen this year that may very well be in my top 5, and I just haven't gotten around to seeing them yet. One is Weapons, 2 is One Battle After Another, and then I haven't seen the third Avatar film yet because that just came out and I haven't gotten around to seeing it yet. But just to say, when I do these lists, I just do it off of the movies I've seen. So just because I have, let's say, a superhero film at number 3 or 2, that doesn't mean like, oh, that's the best film of the year. I mean, to me it was, because out of the movies I've seen, it might have been the, better. But let's go ahead and talk about it. Like I said, honorable mentions, there really wasn't any honorable mentions, which is crazy. Now, I just really go to the movies for movies I really want to see, and the movies that I did see I wouldn't even put near my top 5, if that makes sense. Not necessarily that they're bad, but like Jurassic World Rebirth and even FNAF. I mean, FNAF was fun because, if you're in the, like, FNAF is just so niche and it's made for the FNAF fans, so obviously we like it, but I know it's not like a movie that I can just put in my top 5. Not to me, at least. I don't think I can justify it. Captain America: Brave New World. I do not think it's not my top 5. I don't think it's a bad movie. We've talked about this on the channel a lot. I do think it's a bit overhated, a lot overhated. And number 5 is going to be Wicked 2. Now, guys, I've talked about Wicked 2 already in my review, but I never talked about Wicked 1 as much. The only time I talked about Wicked 1 on this channel is when I did my top 5 movies of 2024, and I think I put it at 4th place. Wicked for Good was a great ending. I mean, obviously we've known the ending for a while, if you even know about the play, and the Act 2 of Wicked is really not as good as the first, especially in my opinion with songs. Now, before everyone gets heated, yes, I know For Good is great. Yes, I know No Good Deed is amazing. It's one of the best Wicked songs ever, and I like Wonderful. And I also like As Long As You're Mine, but when I find myself singing in the car or want to sing Wicked, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to Wicked 1 soundtrack. I'm going to Dancing Through Life. I'm going to Wizard and I. I still think Wizard of I is the best song behind Defying Gravity. Defying Gravity, One Short Day, all that. I'd rather just sing those than this. And that's not a bad thing, because these songs aren't bad. I just prefer one. And I prefer one as a movie. And that's why I put Wicked for Good at 5, because Wicked for Good has a lot of good things in it, and it has good. It feels like a completely different movie. A lot of people keep saying it's a sequel, but we're forgetting that it's basically like Dune, where it is supposed to be one thing, and I did enjoy it. Now, I just really liked Wicked 1 better. I really liked the dynamic in the school, and I love the dance numbers. I think the numbers in For Good weren't as good. Like No Good Deed is again so good, because Cynthia, I mean, she's amazing, but I just feel like it just was shot weird. It didn't look as like hype and good as it could have been. But like then you go to like, No One Mourns the Wicked. I mean, I remember just opening that movie, and that was an insane piece to open the movie with. Obviously, it's from the play. And Defying Gravity is just, it's hard with Wicked because Defying Gravity is the best song, and it happens in the middle of these movies, right? It happens at the end of part 1. So it's weird then to go to part 2, but yeah, I think this movie was great. I mean, it left me satisfied. And I really liked, how they changed it, where the book kind of opens for Glinda a little bit. There will be spoilers in this movie, by the way, or in this video. But, and yeah, I just really liked some of the scenes. I really liked the, like, Bach and how they did the Tin Man. I mean, this movie's definitely going to win some for costume designing. I think it's going to win for set dressing. And I could see Ariana snagging the Best Supporting Actress, or is she an actress? Or is she like main actress? I don't know what they're going to put her in, but obviously we're 2-3 months away from the Oscars, so I will, whenever like the nominations come out, we'll talk about that then. Number 4, Chainsaw Man. Now this was something that came out of nowhere, as I've never actually seen an anime movie in theaters, and I've never really, I don't talk about anime a lot on this channel. Now, I've seen 4.5 animes, 4 and like 1/4 anime. I started with AOT. I watched Jujutsu Kaisen. Those 2 are my favorite. I watched Chainsaw Man, and I watched 5 episodes of Demon Slayer twice, and I couldn't get into it for some reason. I'm going to try again, and I'm actually right now watching Hunter x Hunter. So those are the things I've seen. But then Chainsaw Man movie was announced, and my friend asked me to go, and I went, and it was incredible. I mean, just seeing... First off, Mappa is like the best in the game when it comes to, animation and stuff. In my opinion, I just really think they're very fluid. And seeing this movie, like the final half and the fights that happened in this film was just incredible. Like the pacing was great, and like the build up. I knew nothing going into this, because like I read the manga for some stuff. I'm just not like, I'm into anime, but not like heavy into anime. But yeah, so basically I didn't know what to expect in this arc at all. The Bomb Titan, the Bomb Devil arc, and yeah, it was crazy. I went in happy, I came out happy, even more happy, and I just can't wait to see what's next for the Chainsaw Man movie. There's not a lot for me to say in this, just because like it just glazed. But yeah, I mean, the animation was great, the voice acting was great. I was really intrigued to see how it ended. Now, obviously, there's a lot of people going into this movie already having read the manga. That's usually how it is with anime, but I wasn't, so it was really cool getting to see it. And yeah, for my first anime movie in theaters, it was great, and I can't wait to see more. I know Jujutsu Kaisen's coming out in January. I'm really excited to see that. That's like one of my favorites. But yeah, that's my number 4. Let's go on to number 3. Number 3, I kind of cheated a little bit, and I put 2 movies here, and sue me, but it can be either one of these. And I put Fantastic Four / Thunderbolts. So this was tough for me because I actually really like these 2 films. Obviously, again, we're in the era of Marvel where I'm not really going into movies like oh, it's gonna be good. Like, I am kind of worried a little bit when, now obviously, like I said, we've been in a good streak. We had Deadpool, Wolverine, we had Guardians, and then Captain America was a little iffy, where I was like, it's not bad, like it's not the most hated, but it still has some flaws that Marvel's been doing recently. And going into these 2 movies, it was like 2 ends of the spectrum. You had Thunderbolts, who most people don't even know about Thunderbolts or even care about Thunderbolts. So you had to make this movie, 1, good, 2, make you care about the Thunderbolts, especially moving forward. And then on the opposite spectrum, you had Fantastic Four, which every Marvel fan knows who Fantastic Four is. And as you know, they've had 3 botched live-action films, and we just really wanted a good-feeling Fantastic Four film. And this was a very important film to get right, because the Fantastic Four are so important to Marvel. I mean, obviously with the movies, it's made it seem like the Avengers are like the main thing in Marvel, like comics and all that, which is true, but Fantastic Four is like one of the big ones as well. So they had to get this right, especially going into Doomsday. And both of these movies were done right. Thunderbolts, since it came out first, let's talk about it, was fantastic. It was a bit darker, and I loved how it talked about mental illness and how it portrayed it with Bob and you know, the his alter ego. And I just really love this cast. I mean, Florence Pugh, I've said this since she came out in Black Widow, and we knew that she was going to be around longer. I really feel like they could easily make her one of the lead players in Marvel. Even though she's not like superhuman, I feel like she's an amazing actress. She's one of the best actresses in Marvel right now. And I just feel like she has that power to really carry. And I do think a lot of this movie works because of her. On the other hand, obviously Bucky's in here. We like Bucky. Even the girl from... Even Ghost from Ant-Man 2 was like well done. Like, Ant-Man 2 is one of the movies that I just really don't care about, and a lot of people don't even watch or forget and skip on a rewatch. But she was actually really interesting in this film as well. But the main one in this film was John Walker, and I love John Walker, and I love the actor, and I'm so glad we're seeing more of him because he's such a complex character, and this movie really shows you that he is very powerful. Like, he's almost like, I think he's more powerful than Steve. Like, whatever serum he got, it's like the perfected kind. And just seeing him struggle with, you know, losing his wife, losing his kid after the events of Falcon Winter Soldier, and just like them finding this found family, and obviously with Bob being the Sentry, who's powerful as shit. And then it just went towards a way that I never thought of, which was they're the new Avengers, and now, as we know, going into Doomsday, they're going to be one of these teams going into Doomsday, because now Sam Wilson is making his own team, and the Thunderbolts have their team, and they're kind of clashing. So it's like 2 Avengers teams, where it's like the actual Avengers made by Cap, and then this Avengers team, which is made by Valentina. So that's going to be interesting. But what this movie sets up, like, this was the first big end credit scene, like, to get us ready for Doom. And I remember going in the theater and seeing the Fantastic Four ship, and like it just felt like old Marvel again, because this is one of the best end credit scenes we've ever had. It's like 3 minutes long. It's on the set of Doomsday, and it was directed by the Russo brothers, and just it just felt like connected again. And obviously it's not all Marvel's fault, like I say, because Jonathan Majors had his shit going on in court, and they had to get rid of him, and then COVID happened, so they had to like kind of scrap the whole Kang thing. So a lot of Phase 4 feels like useless setup. But I do really love, now we're finally back into like, okay, these end credit scenes actually are setting up stuff, and I'm just so excited to see where it goes. And yeah, this movie was great. Also, the comedy in this movie does hit. Like, the banter between all these characters is good. And the other thing is, the CGI in this film is one of the better looking Marvel CGIs, and I really like there's just like one thing that superhero films did a lot this year was showing the superheroes actually save people again. And the Thunderbolts just saving people in New York was like great, and I love seeing that. And I just can't wait to see what happens next with these characters. And yeah, but also at my number 3 is Fantastic Four. I love Fantastic Four. I think it was great. I love retrofuturism. Like I love Fallout. I love like, you know, you're in the future, but you still have like 60s technology. So once I saw what they're doing with like their version of New York, and I just love space, and I love the space race. I think it's so interesting to me, like just like that early like Apollo days where like everyone was racing for the moon and stuff, and like we really were all like, yeah, like we had like tensions with like, you know, the Cuban Missile Crisis and all that, but like when humans just like go at each other but for wits, you know, like everyone wanted to be the first on the moon, we can make some crazy things. And that's why I thought was really cool, because like usually it's like, oh, who can make a nuke or who can like invade who, but this one was like who can like explore better, you know, to the moon. And I love that, like I love like the way they like shot like the astronaut intros and stuff, and the main cast is great. I remember a lot of people were kind of eerie about Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic and Joseph Quinn as Johnny, but I think they're great. Their chemistry is great. You really believe they are a family. And the CGI in this film, I like I said, I think the CGI in this film is one of the better looking CGIs. And people complain about how Mr. Fantastic looks, but there's really no way to do Mr. Fantastic's powers like good, you know, without like it's like you're stretching skin, you know what I mean? But yeah, and Galactus, man, what a villain. I mean, I saw this movie in IMAX, and just hearing Galactus's voice like echoing, I mean, he was really intimidating. And I love the Silver Surfer, and I really loved everything about this movie. It was great. I really couldn't put both. I couldn't put one over the other. I really do like both of these. If I had to like gun to my head do one, I think I like Fantastic Four a bit better. But yeah, both these movies are great. And also like the end credit scene again of Fantastic Four, seeing Doom like with Franklin was crazy as well. And we see Franklin, who's, you know, one of the most powerful characters in all of Marvel. You know, it was crazy. Number 2 is Superman. Now, Superman is the movie where, you know who Superman is, but obviously over the past 10 to 12 years, now obviously some people did like Snyder's work, and I do like Man of Steel, and I like Henry Cavill as Superman. Obviously, Superman was a bit more darker, and those movies were dealing with a bunch of darker stuff. So when this movie got announced, and it was by James Gunn, who I love James Gunn, and we see, you know, like the suit just popping with color, and it looks straight out of the comics, and David Cornsweet, and he's talking like, he's not cussing, he's like, I have to get back in the fray, he's talking like old school. I just knew this movie was going to be good, and I'm so glad this movie focused on like why we love Superman. Like the evil Superman trope is like an interesting trope, but it's just been around. Like we had Injustice, we had freaking, you know, Justice League and all that. It was just like, come on, we're getting tired of Superman being evil. And I think what we need as humans is hope, and I think it's cool because Superman just inspires hope in everyone. Like I think the stuff I've seen on TikTok, especially, like I just love seeing like videos of like, you know, dads taking their sons in the movie, and sons saying that their dad is their Superman, and like that was like, I just feel like this movie really like was a symbol of hope and like telling people to be kind, and especially as this world just gets like darker and darker. I feel like Superman is just like this one symbol, you know. I mean, the scene of him saving the squirrel, like that, like little scenes like that, like he'll save anyone. And man, the music in this movie is incredible. I love the music in this film. I literally listen to some of the songs. Like, I love listening to music soundtracks, but it's really hard for me to like listen to soundtracks in the car because like I want to sing. But this one, like Last Sun, is probably one of my favorite scores of all time. Like literally, I mean, it's so good, and it's like seeing him fly with that for the first time was crazy. The action was great in this film. I really love David Cornsweet. I love the woman who plays Lois Lane. I forgot her name, but she is amazing. The guy who plays Mr. Terrific, Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. Everyone in this film is just amazing. And Superman's speech at the end, and when he talks to his dad, I shed a tear. I mean, like it was such a human and like real way of a parent talking to a kid, and I really like believed it. And oh man, I love this movie so much. There's really not much else I can say about it. Like, I love rewatching this film. I love just the hope and the happiness it brings me, and I love like seeing people go out there and do good things, and like say like Superman inspired them, and like how people are like, I held the door open for a woman today, you know, what would Superman do? I just love that, and I cannot wait for the next film, and I hope it keeps it up with like just Superman being nice. And like one of the lines that the real punk rock is to be kind, but one of the lines that really stuck with me and like just who Superman is when he's leaving, he's like, I'm gonna turn myself in, you know, they have the dog, and Lois is like, it's just a dog, and he says, yeah, I know he's not even a really good one, but I know he's out there alone and he's scared. Like, I don't know, I just get a lump in my throat because like obviously we all love animals, but like just Superman is just so caring about every living creature on this earth, and this movie was incredible. I think it came out at the best time. I think we needed this movie, and it was just great to see a Superman film in theaters again, like, and just inspire hope and hear people cheer and just have the music swell, like the Christopher Reeves music when he's flying. Oh, it was so good. But guys, number one, this is probably not a shock to you guys, because I talk about it a lot on this channel. Number one is Sinners, guys. Sinners blew me away. Directed by Ryan Coogler. Ryan Coogler, I don't think he's ever missed. I mean, he is an incredible director. Ludwig Göransson on the score. I mean, this guy, I love that him and Ryan have this bond. Obviously, if you don't know, they grew up. I think they went to the same college together. But he did Black Panther. He did Creed. He did both of them that did the music. And then, obviously, Ludwig went on to do the Mandalorian music and Oppenheimer, and now he's doing this. I think he's one of the best composers of our time right now. And I think by the time he's like 80, I think he could be almost no better than John Williams. We'll see how it goes. John Williams is the benchmark, right? I think the top three for me is John Williams, Hans Zimmer, and Ludwig. I think in that order, but I don't know. Those are all three good. But yeah, and Michael B. Jordan, if he doesn't get an Oscar for this film, it's rigged. I mean, he is incredible. He's playing Smoke and Stack, and he's so good that I literally be forgetting sometimes when I watch this film that he's the same guy, like the same actor. Because the little differences he does between the two characters is great. This movie hit me so hard. I mean, first off, the cinematography is great. Like, we all know the 4-minute one take in the middle of the juke joint, my jaw is dropped every time I watch it. Remick is a great villain. I really like how it's not just like a generic, like, oh, I'm a bad guy type vampire. Like, you know, he talks about how, like, the same white people took, you know, land from his people that are taking it from, you know, Smoke and Stack and all that, and how, you know, and when he's really just looking for a community. Like, I love the scene where they're all hugging him outside after he sings the Irish, like, song, and he's just, like, looking up and, like, almost picturing his ancestors being there. Like, little things like that really made Remick such an interesting character. But, man, this ending, I don't know why it hit me so much, and I really don't know, because obviously this movie is made for everyone, but obviously it hits, you know, others hard, especially, like, you know, the African American community and stuff, because, you know, that's really what this movie is talking about. But just the scene at the end with Sammy, and he's old, and I remember they walk in and he's like, you know, I smell like you don't have a lot of time left, like I can make it where you can live forever. And he says, I don't know why I get so, he says, I think I've seen enough of this place, and that's all he says. And then they hug him and he leaves, and I don't know, that line just hits me so hard, because it's like, you know, I don't know. I really don't know how to explain it, and I can't find the words. I know I'm supposed to be finding the words, but I mean, that line, every time I hear it, I just get a lump in my throat, and I sometimes tear up. I don't know, like, the way it's delivered. And then when he tells him, he's like, I still wake up with nightmares from reliving that day, but, you know, for a few hours, that was the best day of my life. And he's like, no doubt about it. Last time I seen the sun, last time I seen my brother. I get chills. Oh my God, I got goosebumps. Like, I love this movie so much, and it's just beautifully made in all cylinders. I mean, if you haven't seen Sinners, please go watch Sinners. There's gonna be people that telling you it's overrated. It is not. I can easily see this winning Best Director, Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Score. I really can see this sweeping this year. Guys, please, I mean, go watch it. There's really not much else I can say. I mean, holy shit, go watch Sinners. But guys, that is my top 5 list. Do you agree or disagree? Let me know down below. 2026 is going to be a great year, guys. We have The Odyssey coming out. We have Doomsday. We have so many movies coming out next year, and even the next 2 years. So I'm really excited for that. But guys, as always, thank you for a great year on this channel. I'm going to keep recording. I'm going to keep doing me. It's been Joey. Bye-bye.